You've heard the term integrated marketing a million times, right? But here's a thought. What if most of what we're calling integrated is really just, well, coordinated? And what if we're missing out on its real power because we're settling for something less? So, this quote, it's a bit of a head scratcher, right? IMC is dead. Long live IMC. It's actually the title of a research paper from back in 2011, and man, it just perfectly sums up this decades-long identity crisis happening in the marketing world. So how can it be both dead and alive? That's the big mystery we're going to dig into. And to figure it out, we need to compare the original idea of integrated marketing communications with what it's actually turned into out there in the wild. All right, so first up, a little context. This whole idea of integrated marketing communications, or IMC for short, it's not some new fad. It's been a core concept for decades. I mean, we're talking about something that's been around since the early 90s. But here's the crazy part. Even after all that time, people in the industry and in academia are still arguing about what it even is. It's like, it's a fundamental principle that somehow still feels like it's brand new. How weird is that? Okay, so to see where things went off the rails, we have to look at the original blueprint. What was IMC's supposed to be? According to the academics, it's this: an audience-driven business process of strategically managing stakeholders, content, channels, and results. Now, pay attention to those words, because they matter. Audience-driven. Business process. This is way bigger than just making sure your logo looks the same everywhere. It's supposed to be a core business strategy. And this pyramid here, it lays it all out beautifully. You see, real IMC is a journey. It starts at the bottom with the basics. Tactical coordination, getting your ads and PR on the same page. But that's just the start. The real goal is to climb that pyramid all the way to the top, where marketing isn't just a department. It's woven into the very fabric of the entire company's strategy. So the big takeaway from the ideal version is that this is a whole business game. It's customer-centric, meaning it starts with them, not you. It's at the corporate level, so everyone from HR to finance is involved. And crucially, it's about internal audiences too. Your employees have to live the brand for the whole thing to work. It's about having one single unified voice. Okay, so that's the theory, the academic dream. But what happens when the rubber meets the road? What does IMC look like out there in the real world of ad agencies? Well, this 2011 study decided to find out. Researchers got their hands on essays from 10 senior executives at big UK ad agencies. The topic was integration. They wanted to see, how does the agency view stack up against that academic blueprint? And the results? Oh boy, were they revealing. Just look at this. When it came to media synergy and branding, the tactical stuff, almost everybody was on board. 9 out of 10 execs mentioned it. But what about the deeper, more strategic parts? A customer-centric approach? Yeah, only 6 out of 10 brought that up. And internal audiences, your own staff? A measly 3 out of 10. Oof. So what we have here is a massive gap, a huge disconnect between the theory and the practice, with some very real consequences. Let's break it down. The academic view is that IMC is strategic, it's a corporate-level process, and it's driven by the audience. But what the ad execs described, it was tactical, a communications function, mostly focused externally, and driven by the message. I mean, it's like they're talking about two completely different things. But I really want to circle back to this number, because it is just staggering. 3 out of 10. Seriously, let that sink in for a moment. Only 3 out of 10 of these senior agency leaders even mention the role of internal staff. That is a huge red flag. I mean, think about it. Your employees are the ones on the front lines, delivering the experience every single day. If they aren't part of your integrated plan, is it really integrated at all? The answer is a hard no. So you might be asking yourself, okay, so what? They have different definitions. Why does this gap even matter? Well, it matters a lot. This isn't just some academic squabble. When you settle for just coordinating your campaigns, you're wasting money. You're creating inconsistent brand messages. You're missing out on building real, deep customer loyalty. You're basically leaving the full power of marketing on the table. Which brings us right back to that confusing quote from the beginning. So how can IMC be both dead and alive? The answer is all about bridging this gap. And here it is. The tactical, surface-level version of IMC, the one that's just about making your ads match. Yeah, maybe that version is dead. Or at least it should be. But the real IMC, the strategic whole company philosophy, that idea isn't just alive. It's probably more critical now than it has ever been.
So what's the path forward? The researchers had a pretty simple but powerful idea. People need to actually talk to each other. Imagine that. When agencies, clients, and academics can all get on the same page and use the same playbook for what integration really means, well, that's when the magic can actually happen.
And that leaves us with a final question for you. Think about your own company or a brand you really follow. Is their marketing just coordinated, or is it truly deeply integrated? Are they living that philosophy from the tippy top of that pyramid all the way down to the foundation? Because as we've seen, that difference, it means everything.